Hello everyone, welcome to another tutorial from Xenos Concept, and today we'll be doing another version of creating an induction ceremony invitation. Let's get right into it. Okay, so first of all, we know what to do. We created the first one, and if you've not watched the first one, you can actually check out the video that is just popping up now. You can actually check that out with the link just above this video playing now. Okay, so we are still going to be using the same dimensions we used for the last one, which is 1050 by 1350. And if you watched the previous video, we showed how we can actually apply what we've done on a jotter or a book cover. Yeah, so we're going to do another version of that design, which is our tutorial one for that design, which is this one. So for this one, we're going to be doing something different, and it's going to be something like this. This is what we're going to be doing today. Okay, so you can see the changes we made so far. We changed the background, we changed the placement of the elements in the first one, and that's what we're going to do now. So we first of all, we're going to have a background, and we're going to go to that background, which we're going to be using this medical background. And something you might ask yourself, why are we using a medical background and kind of like different from the normal one we actually use for creating designs. Now there's something you should know when you're designing. It's not only when you're doing a brand design that you should do research. When you're doing a normal design too, you should do research, because it helps you to understand the design you're going to do better. It gives you a more clear idea. You can actually research on different colors to use when like relating to that design you are going to do. So this helps you to be more broad in the field of design. Okay, so we are going to apply bring in our background and work on the design right now. So we put in the background, and then we increase the size. Increase the size, bring it up, just make it more, place it, and then you press enter. So we have our background set. Okay, so this is our first stage of every design, which is the background we're going to use. Okay, so put it here. Now in the background stage, you can notice that there are some errors we can see. I would say that the heart should not be there. So when it comes to that error, we have to think what we're going to do next. So we have to make something that will rhyme with this background. We already have this background, but then we need another background at the back of it, which is the one we have beneath this background here. So for us to actually have this background here, we can come here to display our foreground and background colors. Okay, so for this let's change one. We have the color code is already set here to 0E64D1, which we're going to use for the background. Alt delete gives you the foreground, which is this one, and then control delete gives you the background, and that's what we're going to use, the background, this one. So we're going to press control delete. So control delete gives you the background color, alt delete gives you the foreground color. Okay, so we have that, and now we're going to remove this heart, and we're going to do it like this. We are going to come here to our vector mask, click on it, and then we press B to bring out our brush. We'll make sure that the foreground is set to black, and then we'll remove this part like this, just like that. Okay, that's the first step we have. And then the next step is bringing in our details, right? So the details we're going to bring now, for us to make it easy for ourselves, this is what we're going to do. We're going to copy each of the details from here into the new design, which we've already done before. So we can actually click on this, and this is what we're copying first. So we're going to copy this, the heading, which is the rectangle with the logos. So we're going to come here, copy each of it, copy the photo logo, the other logo, and copy this last logo here. And yeah, that's it. And then we're going to copy the department. Yeah, and that's why when you watch that tutorial, I told you that it is good to actually have groups of each of them, so that you won't be stressed when looking for each of the headers and where the text is and so on. So I think we have files copied. We press Ctrl C, and then we'll go to the new document we have here, then we paste it. Yes, that's it. So we're going to remove the drop shadow here for the rectangle. We're going to place it right here. Cool. Press enter. So this is it. Now now the next thing we want to do is that the background is too obvious. So what we want to do is that we want to make background blurry, because we do not want the background to be that that obvious to people who are looking at it. We know that the background will give them the idea that this is a medical flyer, but then it is better you make the background blurry so that people will be more drawn to the background, but let it be the details on the design that people will be drawn to. Okay, so we will go on this, we'll go to filter, and happy new year everyone. I was shouting so much so I lost my voice, but if you can hear me, happy new year and welcome to 2024. Okay, so we go to blur and we go to Gaussian blur. Gaussian blur, we're not gonna make it too blurry, we're just gonna like put a bit like this. I think this is better. Okay, something like 10.9. Yeah, I think this is good. Okay, so the next thing is that let's just start by grouping our items. So we're gonna group the header here, and we're gonna group it. Click on this to group it, and then you put it up a bit. Okay, next thing we're gonna bring in is the photo of the our model. So we'll go to tutorial 1, or we can actually just come to our folder. If you have the picture, the person you're going to use for the your practice, you just have to bring it here like this, and you adjust the image of the person. So you bring land legacy. Okay, okay, good, we're there. Okay, so the next thing will be the text and everything. So now for bringing the text and the other element, this is what I want you to know. We want the text to be shown, right? It should be visible, right? So we're going to make sure that when we're doing it, the text should be something that will be visible. And if we're going to be putting a white text on the design, there should be a dark point where someone can actually see the text, and not the white text being on a white background which cannot be seen. So that's the point. So first of all, let's do something to the color of the image, and I'm just going to come here to our adjustment layer, and then I'll go to hue saturation. Now this hue saturation should be on just the color. So I'm going to click on this thing here. It's a color picker. Click here on it, and then I go to the color here. So I'm going to highlight this, put it inside, which is you go to the middle of both of the layers, you press Alt, and then you click on it to power clip it into that image. So it's just going to be this place, the hue saturation is going to be affected. So we come here, drag it. If it's still in master, you come here, then you go to click it again, just come to this place, click it again, and then you come here, click on it, cyan. So it's going to affect every color, every cyan color in this place. So you come here, drag it. I think that's better. Blue. Yeah, that's blue. Yes. Okay, we're good. So the next step will be bringing in. Let's put the colors to make sure that the face and everything rhymes with the background. Okay. So come here. What do we do again? We add a new layer. Okay. And then what do we press? We press B. Increase size of B. And remember, you should put off your caps lock when you're doing this. So you put it off to show your brush. You come here, you click on the blue color, and then you go to screen on your blend modes, and then you apply this. You can see the face changing now. You can reduce the flow a bit. Yeah, right here. And I believe we're getting the exact color we want. Good. So we have that. We have set. Good. So the next thing will be adding a gradient on this bottom part of the photo here, and we come here to this place. We go to gradient. Okay, you can go to gradient there, or you can actually come here to the gradient tool, and then you come here, click on this. You click this, you select a blue point you want to use. So you can actually select any of these blue points, anyone, and then you come here, you select a blue point too, but you should make sure that the opacity, you click here, you make sure the opacity is at 0. That will help you a lot. And then you click OK. So you create a new layer, and then you like this, drag it up. Yeah, drag it up, just click and drag. Yes, we've gotten that part set right there. Okay, so the next thing will be bringing in the text and each of the information. So we have this in our tutorial 1. So go there, press V, select, then you select each of the text. We have this oath taking and induction ceremony. Click it. So you invited, you select this and select this. Okay, so you press Ctrl C, Ctrl+Shift+V. So we have it here, and now we're going to change it because we're going to have it as centered. So go to your paragraph here on the right side under properties, and then you click on center align. Okay, and then click and drag into this point. Okay, just make it centered. That's it. So you can see we're almost getting this. This is what we're actually getting now. And yeah, we can actually do that. We're getting it. So we just click on it, make sure that it's at the center. Okay, Ctrl T, increase the size a bit from the sides, press enter. That's it. Okay, so we've gotten that part. Then the next part will be bringing in the other information, which is the board that the certificate is under, and the name, and also the date. So we're going to add that now. So come here, go to our tutorial 1, and then you go to this one, click on it, click on this one too, press Ctrl C, come here to the design, and you paste it. You do the same thing, go down under properties and paragraph, center. Then you come here, drag it down. Voila. Now you can see we're actually progressing little by little. So we come here and there were just a few things. Like you can see, we have space for text to be a bit you know, elongated. So we come here and then we adjust the text. Okay, so come here. You can see we're almost getting there. Okay, so we've gotten that down. So we just adjust the text and everything a bit, drag it upward. Now the next step, we'll be bringing in our the emblem which we have here. So now for the emblem, this is what you do. We have the first tutorial here. When you click on the emblem, which is the medical emblem, Ctrl C, you bring it to your new design and then you paste it. Okay, so when you're here, you know that it has to be like this way. As you can see in the design, we did it in a way that it goes two different ways. So we have to do it here and this other side. So first of all, let's, at this point, this is what we have to do. We have to change the color to blue. And how do we do that? You set everything on the set like this, and then you come to this color overlay, you double click on it. Okay, so when you double click on the color overlay, you're gonna have to come to this color, this place here, and then you select the blue. You can see how that has changed. You can select the blue, you can select the darker blue, then you're okay with it. Yeah, and then you press Ctrl C, Ctrl V. You can see if you press Ctrl C, Ctrl V, it takes the item to the center. But then you press Ctrl C and Ctrl+Shift+V, it pastes it at that exact point. Then you press Ctrl T, select it, and then you go to flip horizontal. Then you put it like this. Okay, just, and when you are dragging it to the left side, you hold Shift to make sure it's aligned. Okay, so I think we're almost there. Wonderful. Press enter. Wonderful, wonderful. So you click on this, Ctrl A, make sure that it's at the center. So you just click on it, make sure it's at the center. Yeah, Ctrl D. Cool. So you know that you're almost there. You're almost there. That's how you do it. Make sure that everything is aligned when you're doing your design. That helps you a lot. Okay, so we just want to adjust a few things. We come here, Ctrl T, then you adjust the header a bit. Okay, so now we've done majorly part of the design. So the next step, we'll be bringing in the other things we added to the background. Now we're going to go back to the background again. So what we're doing is that we're going to bring in that those things we actually added to the background, which is this glassy effect on the background here. So we're going to look for that on our design, which is this one, right? We're going to copy it, Ctrl C. We'll come here to this new design, and then we'll paste it. So when we paste it, it's going to be like this. You know, it's going to be like showing you everything directly. So you press enter, and then you come here to your blend modes, you press, and then you go to screen. But screen doesn't work. But when you go to overlay, you can see the difference, and you can see it on this design we did here. If you see, when you go down to what we're going to do, we're going to put it on divide, not overlay or screen. I know that we normally use overlay and screen, but in this tutorial we're going to use divide, and you can see how the divide you know, how it affects the design on divide. And also we did it here too, like you can see the divide. So this the blend mode actually has a wide variety of options when you're doing it. Okay, so we're not only going to be using screen and overlay. There are different options you can use when you're doing it. So you come here, and then you go to where divide, and you can see how it blends with the background. It's so good with the background. So you can see the blue is still there. So just come here, and then we're good to go. We have the background set, so just adjust it a bit. Yeah, that's good. So we have this. Now the next thing, we'll be bringing in the last information underneath here, which is what we have. This, the date, the time, and the venue. Okay, so I'm going to come here to just copy it from here. So if I come here to it, you know, we already have it in the first design, and this is what we have in the first design, which is this too. And how do you edit it? Now I'm going to teach you how to edit it so that it won't be stressful for you. So you have the color, you have the yellow, and then we have the text on top of it. So we're going to come here, we're going to copy everything we have, which is the rectangle, the date, the hall, the time, and then we're going to copy the icons that are on that place. Okay, these are the things that make up this rectangle here. So press Ctrl C, you come here, right, come on top of everything, and then you press Ctrl+Shift+V. Okay, so when we paste it here, you can notice we have the yellow. Yeah, it's the yellow we did. So we put it down a bit, then you press enter, which is what, but I actually forgot I didn't actually transform it. So you just have to drag it into, no need for pressing the enter. It's only when you press Ctrl T and then you're adjusting it, you press enter. Okay, so we have this. The next thing will be we're going to change the drop shadow of the rectangle. Then we'll click on it, and then you change it to a color that is similar to what you have in the design, which is blue. Okay, so come here, click on it, change it to blue. Cool, that's cool. So the next thing will be the color of the rectangle. So we're going to choose black as the color for the rectangle. So we're going to double click here, and then you choose something black. Okay, I think yeah, I think 080808 is okay. And now for the icons and the text, you can't see them. Now what do? You change everything on that place. You change it to white. Yeah, we can now see the text on the rectangle. And then the next thing will be the color of the icons. We are not going to use green, so you come here to your color overlay. Okay, and then when you come to your color overlay, you just come to the color here, and then you choose any color from here. Wonderful, you've gotten it. That's it. Then press OK. Good, we're getting there. So the next step will be bringing her name here and the position she's holding. So if you notice in the first one we did, you can see the name on the left side. Now this one has to be on the right side, which we're going to have here. And what we're going to do, we're going to copy this thing and CPO, which is the title and her name and the acronym here. So we select this two, click this, click the name, and click the CPO. So when I'm doing it, I'm actually pressing shift. Like I told you, when you're selecting different things on your canvas, you press shift. But when you're selecting it on your layer, which is your layer panel here, you press Control. Okay, so you press Ctrl C now to copy the information, and then you come here, Ctrl Shift V. Okay, then you click, drag it here, and then you align everything to your left. So you just come here to the top. We won't use the paragraph now, we'll just use this alignment here. Good. Press Ctrl T, reduce the name a bit because we don't want it to be outside that too much. Like this. Yes, exactly, right there. Okay, so the next step will be beautifying it a bit. So beautifying it, we need to duplicate this background. So we come here. Now we'll bring this background. We're gonna press Alt, right? Click and drag. Bring it to the top of her her image, and then you put it on top there. Yeah, just drag it up. Yeah, and then you go back. Now you can see what it's going on right here. You can see how the thing is actually glowing. Press Ctrl T. Then you just adjust it a bit, you know, make it fun. Yeah, so you press Control Now you already pressed Ctrl T. Now you're moving it around, so you right click and then you go to flip horizontal. Okay, flip horizontal, so you just change the position a bit like this, put it here, let it look like something futuristic. Cool, press enter. Okay, so we have this. Now we're going to go to adding a vector mask here, then you press B. Okay, and then you clean the top, just clean the edges like this. Yeah, clean the edges like that. Cool, yes, that's it. You press V, and then the next thing is to bring out we want to bring something here, which is our image. So you come here, you select the image, which is our image, and then you drag it down. You hold Alt, click, left click now, and then you drag it down. Okay, press Ctrl T, just make the image bigger like this. So any desired size you want, just adjust it, and if that's what you want, press enter. Cool, and then you come to your vector mask again, press B, and make sure that the you select the mask, not the image, when you're doing this. Okay, so you do it like this, just a bit. Cool, like that. V, and what you do now is that you select the image, then you come here, then you go to overlay or screen, anyone you want, and then you reduce the opacity a bit. You can even use yeah, luminosity is actually better in such cases. Drag it down a bit, yeah, reduce opacity, and yeah, I think we're almost there. Yeah, we're almost there. Cool, so you have this set. You can see how everything is falling in place little by little, and you come here, press Ctrl T, you select the gradient you did that time, press Ctrl T, drag it up a bit because of the text. Yeah, we're almost there. You can see how everything is picking up pace by pace, and that's how you make a design. You just make sure that everything is a step, follow your steps, and for sure you get it. So you just adjust this, just be adjusting V, and you can see how everything is coming to life. Okay, so the next step will be putting out those texts you see that we did the last time, which is her name, using that font. So if we have this here, we can just click on the text that we have here, press Ctrl C if you have done it, and if you're not done it, what you do is that on this place you just go to your gradient. On top of that gradient, which is the one you put underneath, on top of it, you just come here and then you press T for your text to show, and then you click on the background directly, and then you type her name. Cool. If you type it, you change the color to blue, Ctrl T, increase the size. Yes, you can see how everything is just falling in place. That's how you do it. So you just come here to, you press enter. Okay, and then you can actually come add a vector mask to it, and then you increase the size, just make it a bit, yeah, something like that, and then you come, you select that layer, you select the layer, and then you reduce the opacity a bit. If you don't want to reduce the opacity, you can just come to your blend mode, and then you play with the blend modes. You can leave it at overlay, yeah, and you can see how everything has become beautiful. And what you do next is that you adjust a few places in the design. You can come here to this the image you put on top of her, which is the thing that we wanted to use to make it look futuristic. So just come here, adjust it a bit because you can see it on her face. Just make it a bit, yeah, cool, that's cool. And then we have it here, come here, reduce, and then you can adjust the image of the background. Yeah. Okay, you can see how everything is um, coming to life now. And just click on it, adjust it a bit, and voila, that is it. You can see how it has come. Now, the reason you might ask, why are you doing the same thing? But you can notice that there's a difference between the first one we did and this one. Now, this is to show you that there are different ways to actually do a design, but you should make sure that when you are doing it in another way, it should follow the rule. Like, you should know, you should have a purpose for that design. It should have that, it should be in line with what you're doing. Like, you're designing for an event, or you're designing for a medical, or maybe a marriage, or maybe a burial poster. You should make sure that it actually aligns with that event or the idea that you're trying to bring. Okay, so we have actually you can see that this was the first idea we got, and this was the second idea we got, and everything is related to that medical idea that we're trying to bring in, because we brought in the elements. The elements were the same, and we just had to change a few things when we're doing the design. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that there are different ways to do one design. So be creative. This year shall be great for everyone. We will surely create massive miracles, massive ideas, massive things that people will actually see and be proud of us. Okay, so we're done with this, and then the last thing we're surely going to do now is that we're going to create we're going to do the camera raw filter. So what we do now is that we press Ctrl+Shift+E, and that is to group everything in one. You right click, go to Convert to Smart Object, and on the Smart Object you just have to come to Filter. You go to Camera Raw Filter, and on Camera Raw Filter, what you do, you just adjust it a bit. Okay, so our camera raw filter is actually on a promo right now, so you can actually purchase it with the link, and yeah, there's a huge discount now. You can actually get it at that discount price. Okay, so for the camera raw filter, you go to Effects, and then you go to Texture. You add a bit of texture to it. You come to your Details, Sharpening, and a bit of noise reduction. You go back to your effects, and then you go to vignette. Yeah, just like this, almost. Yeah, that's it. And then add a bit of texture. You can add clarity to it a bit. Yeah, you press OK. Voila, you're done. Thank you for sticking to the end of this video, and we will be bringing in new tutorials as the weeks go by. Have a blessed 2024. Peace out.